Today we're going to talk about attracting new customers to your business. And we're going to talk specifically about 3 different stages inside of the attract phase that will help you to make attracting customers a systematic process that brings customers to your door over and over again. So to start, we're going to talk about targeting. So businesses that go out and say, we're going to target the entire world, the reality is they're really targeting nobody. And so we're going to talk about 3 ways that 3 specific categories of things you can use to narrow down your target. And as you do this, you're going to be saying yes to certain types of people, and almost as importantly, you're going to be saying no to other groups of people. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you have a company that has cosmetic products, okay? Well, if we serve the entire world, how do we go start to create ads that are attractive to people? Well, let's just say we start by saying, you know what, let's say no to men. We're not doing any cosmetic products for men. We don't like men, and they don't buy cosmetic products very well, so we're going to say no to them. So now we're only talking about women, talking to women. And what if we say we're going to actually eliminate teenagers and only focus on the 55-plus age bracket, and we only want to do high income? So just that little exercise right there enables us to be so much more targeted in the ads that we create, the messaging that we create, because we can eliminate all of the worries and concerns of those targets that we're saying no to. So as you're working to create a specific target customer, you want to evaluate the customers you have today. Who is a good customer and who's a bad customer? These are things that you should use as factors. You want to consider these demographic factors. These are some psychographic factors. What are the values and attitudes and hobbies of your best customers or the types of customers that you want to attract? And if you're in the B2B space and you're serving businesses, you need to get clear on the industries, the employees, the revenue, and the location of the businesses that you're trying to serve. So all of this will help you to have a very clear picture of the target that you're going after. And once you have the target identified, it's your responsibility to be the absolute master of the interests and concerns of those people. What that means is you've got to be the best in the world at knowing what keeps your target customer up at night. What are the things that really frustrate them? What are the things that they like? What do they not like about your competitors, right? Where do they go to find information about the problems that they have? And this gives you the perfect setup for being able to continue in the attract phase of lifecycle marketing. So how do we go and find more of our target customers? I think most businesses, when they start, they actually get they're pretty lucky in the sense that they can go out and get to a certain level of customers. I don't know what that magic number is, with just sort of sheer willpower and luck, right? I go out, I drum up a lead, I close that lead, we're doing business, we're happy. Well, what I want to talk about is how do you then go to the next level where you really systematize finding these new customers and attracting them to your business. And I just want to make the point right now, but this will require an investment. And it is just that. It's an investment that will bring return. But you can't think about this kind of freebie approach forever if you really want to systematize the way that you attract customers to your business. So let's talk about the 2 primary mechanisms of bringing people in and finding new eyeballs. One is through paid channels. These are places where we actually go and we pay, sometimes per click or sometimes per the number of people that want to see an ad or per direct mail piece. And we're actually having to put out dollars every time we get a new lead or a new eyeball coming through the door. On the organic side, this also requires investment. A lot of times this is an investment of time. There's sometimes you are also investing in money. But these things tend to pay out a little bit. They're a little bit indirect. They're paying out not necessarily every time I pay money, I get a lead. So for example, if I was to go and optimize my website so that I'm showing up on the search engine, that investment would be something that would pay out over time because I'd be getting new traffic that would come for the investment I might have made 2 months ago. So there are a lot of different paid channels that we can attack. There are a lot of different organic channels. And what's most important is that we pick one and we start with it. So if you have $200 or $300 that you can begin to invest in Facebook ads, I would recommend that as a simple place to start. There's a couple of benefits to Facebook ads. One of those is that Facebook has some fantastic targeting tools. When you go into the Facebook ads platform, they allow you to create target audiences, and they make it really easy to pick all these different demographic criteria, which is really cool. If you're just running on fumes and you have zero disposable cash to be investing in these campaigns, I don't want you to think that you're going to get off the hook. You still need to invest. It's just that you're going to be investing time in some of these other organic mechanisms. And we're going to be sharing with you a lot more about social media and things you can do to start building up interest using social media. So let's talk about how we go about doing this. We've picked some different approaches, different pools of our target customers, and we're going after them. We're investing our time and our money, or both. Well, what do we do? Well, the natural thing for us to do is to go and just go straight for the sale. Boom. That's just kind of instinctively what we want to do. I'm going to offer another suggestion, which is let's insert a step in here called collect leads, which I think will allow you to maximize the investments of time and money that you're making in your lead generation. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing we do is we're going to create what we call a magnet. And we have a lot of training resources on magnets and different types and ideas. But the long and short of it is this is something that's valuable to your prospect. We go back into the mind of the prospect, right? The things keeping them up at night, the things that they want, the things that they don't like. We're going to go offer something of value to them in exchange for those people giving us their information. What I'm going to draw up here, this is a lead capture form where we're collecting name and email in exchange for this lead magnet, right? And I want to talk a little about this concept of collecting leads. One, I think we've probably all seen the concept of an online lead capture page, but what are some other mechanisms that you could use? Well, have you been to a restaurant where they say, hey, pull out your cell phone and text this code to this number, right? And you pull out your cell phone and you text in. Well, what's happening is that restaurant is actually collecting your information. They're taking your information and they're putting you onto a list, which is our goal here. And now they've got a list of people that they can communicate with. The same thing's happening with these landing page capture forms, these lead capture forms. You're going to be added to a list so that people can follow up. This is what you want to create. This list will be one of the most valuable assets that you have in your business because these are the people that you can proactively follow up with to nurture the relationship so that when they're ready to buy, you are the one that they're thinking about. So SMS or text messaging is one way. Online lead capture forms is another way. There's also some cool things like if you've got videos that you're showing people, there are some cool video players that will actually collect leads right in the middle of the video. You can say, okay, on 1 minute and 20 seconds in, I want to pop up a little form that collects somebody's email address for them to be able to finish watching the video. So these are all tools that you use when you think about collecting leads that will maximize the number of people who hear about you through these mechanisms, and instead of them going away, we want to maximize the number that make it onto one of your lists. When you get into your business and you systematize the way you're attracting customers, which means you're clear about your target, you're saying no to people, you're mastering everything about your target customer, right? You're going out and you're investing your time and your money in attracting new eyeballs, and you're systematically collecting leads that you can follow up with and convert. When you do this, the revenue will come into your business that will help you to solve a lot of the problems that you're staring at today and saying, how can I solve that problem? So your homework is go and download the Attract worksheet and use that as the guide to get started on creating your system for attracting more customers into your business.